Hello, Key. Are you well? I'm fine, thank you for asking. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. I was a little bit concerned at the beginning of the week because I had the COVID test, but luckily my results came back negative, so that's a relief. So yeah, I feel fine and incredibly lucky. Let's talk about what's happening in the community next week. Can you tell me what's going on? Next week is the 28th, the week beginning the 28th on Monday, and we'll be back in Ely in the Deaf Community Gathering. This will be at the Paradise Sports Centre. It's really good there. We must obey the rule of 6, which means that there must be a maximum of 6 people there, so it will be me and 5 others. We will also have Zoom so that people can join and be a part of it that way. That's a really good idea. I remember in Huntingdon, when we had our community gathering there, I stayed at home to look after my son. He had an operation recently on his arm. So I stayed at home and was part of the Zoom chat. And other people joined as well. And it was really good to see the Huntingdon drop-in from that perspective. There was jokes, there was laughing, there was singing, lots of chatting. It was really lovely. Yes, and also we had one girl who's never used Zoom or even seen Zoom before, so it was really good for them to say hi and chat to people in a different way. It's a more visual way and it improves their technological knowledge as well. So yeah, it means rather than having to drive out, they can stay safe and still see their friends via Zoom. That's a nice way to meet up with them. Yes, you're absolutely right. And it's the same in Ely. I know that some people don't really know about Zoom. They're not great with technology and they prefer the face-to-face option. But when you are face-to-face with them, what they can do is you can teach them how to use Zoom so that when they are next isolated, they can use Zoom as another option to keep in touch. Yes, that happened a couple of weeks ago. I helped a lady with her phone. She wanted to know how to use Zoom. So we did a test to see if it worked, and it did. So it means that she's now comfortable with the process of using Zoom. So I also wrote down the steps of what she would need to do in order to be part of the Zoom chats, so she can follow that in the future should she forget. Oh, that's perfect. And you can use that for different places, can't you? What were you going to say? Well, what I was going to say that if you don't know how to use Zoom, you can always bring your iPad or laptop to the drop-ins and I can help you set it up for the future. So as much as we hope it won't happen, if there is a second wave, people can be technologically ready. They can improve their technical knowledge. Yes, so if people are worried about being isolated again in the future, they can use Zoom as that option. So as you said, Ely is going to have the drop-in plus the Zoom chat. What's happening on Tuesday? Is anything happening? No, but in October we will be opening the Deaf Club for drop-in. It'll be a morning session, but it won't happen in September. It'll be October, but again it must be a maximum of 6 people. Oh, that's exciting. Is it going to be in the same place at Romsey Terrace for the drop-in? Is that right? Yes. We've been sorting out Hope Hall. We have one entrance and one exit, so it's a one-way system. And we will also make sure that the chairs are measured 2 meters apart. And again, there must be 6 people maximum. I will also be providing wipes so that people can wipe the chairs when they leave, and there's also gel when you arrive. So everybody is responsible for wiping their own chair in Hope Hall, and if they're moving around the building, they must use their mask. So if they're going to the toilet, they must also make sure that they clean before they do that. And they also need to bring their own food. So when they leave, again, they need to wipe clean their areas, and don't pass on their cleaning materials to anybody. And there's one way to exit as well. So we're getting ready and prepared for October to start that gathering. Okay, I understand. So is there anything that we can let people know next week about the approval of the date? Yes, we can do that. How about Wednesday? Is something going on in the evening? Yes, we'll be doing a Joe Wicks exercise class. Oh, my arms are still aching from Wednesday. We did the weightlifting, didn't we? And I can still feel it 2 days later. I can feel it in my arms. Yeah, that's good. We did a 10-minute sitting exercise, had a little break and a chat, and then we did a 10-minute standing exercise. So altogether it was only 20 minutes. So for people afterwards who felt a little bit bored, what we did was we did a karaoke session. And we'll do that again this Wednesday, karaoke with BSL. So it's very visual, you'll have the subtitles, you can also have the sound if you've got residual hearing. Oh yeah, that was really good fun. We had a little trial of it on Wednesday and Thursday actually, and it was really successful. Everybody really enjoyed themselves. It was good fun, absolutely perfect. So, how about Thursday next week? Yes, we'll be back in Huntingdon next week for the deaf drop-in at the Huntingdon Community Church. Again, you have to use the hand gel when you go in. It is a big hall. So again, although we will be 2 meters apart, you still need to take care of cleaning your chair. We will also have Zoom as well, and those people who are not so sure on technology can come along, and those also with wheelchairs can come along. It's really suitable for them. Okay, how about Friday? Friday morning we'll be doing our Tai Chi session. That's quite a longer session, it's 45 minutes. But it's really useful for people who are slightly older, who have health problems maybe. And it's a slower, more gentle exercise. It's not one that's going to hurt your muscles like Wednesday. It doesn't hurt at all. It's very chilled and it's calm. We've also got a BSL interpreter who explains it very clearly. So I would recommend you sit and you watch the interpreter first and then follow the exercise to make sure that you fully understand how to move and how to breathe appropriately. Yes, that's right. I feel personally that Friday is the time that I'm ready to switch off for the weekend ahead. And so Tai Chi is perfect to help me clear my mind, be completely free of all my thoughts and worries. It's lovely, really nice to focus on the moves, really slow and relaxed. It's ideal. I really agree that Friday is the perfect time to do this. Are there any plans for the weekend? No, it's the first week in October, so as it starts on Thursday, the 1st of October, so we won't be doing anything the first week. We'll have a little break. Could we have any news updates from you, Gemma? Well, yes. Yesterday I was minding my own business and then my husband came home and asked me if I'd downloaded the app. I didn't really understand what he was talking about until he explained that it was the Track and Trace app, the new one that's linked to the coronavirus. It's incredibly important, really. So I quickly downloaded it. It was a successful download. Have a look and see what it looks like. Here it is. It says that in my area, it's a medium risk, and my area is CB6. So it's a medium risk. So just to let you know, I had a test actually a couple of weeks ago, last week it was, and the results luckily came through negative. So what I did was I added my test results to the app, so as a means to inform people in my local area that luckily it was a negative result. It's ever so good like that. Yes, yeah, when I woke up in the morning, I thought to myself, my English isn't fantastic as a deaf person, but I use my iPhone and I regularly check the Apple Store, and I knew that it was ready to download. And it was such a simple process. It just says NHS COVID-19, and you click it, You download it. I used my thumb to straight away download it, my thumbprint, and it was perfect. There was no sort of specific details that I had to give, any personal details or anything. No, it just asked me for the first 3 digits of my postcode of my area. Mine's CB2, so that's what I put, and up came the results. My result was similar to yours. It says medium risk in my area. I think that's good, isn't it? Because it means that if I'm going to visit friends, maybe in the PE postcode, if it's a high risk, I can test it first on the app and make sure that I don't go that far. That's right, so you can test it before you travel. And if it is a high risk, you can maybe text your friend and say to them, I'm really sorry, but as your area is a high risk, I'm going to wait for it to go down before I can visit you again. I think it's a perfect app for that very reason. Yes, and also it says allow your camera. I wasn't quite sure why, but it turns out that if you go to a bar or a restaurant, you have a barcode that you can scan, and it will tell me if in the future somebody who went to the same bar or restaurant as me gets a positive result. It will then inform me. That's perfect. That's ideal, isn't it? So I know now that if I go to the pub, I can relax a little bit because it will inform me. Although I'm not quite ready to go yet. I'm still a little bit nervous and unsure about going, but perhaps in the future I can go and feel a bit more confident about the process. I can also check the area before I go to see if it is a low area of risk. What do you think? I'm just wondering, if there are positive results nearby, do they let us know? Do they let us know through the app? Yes, so this app is linked to the corona test. So when I had my test, I had a specific number related to my test. So my number, I added myself to the app, and that can inform people that I had a negative result. But if people aren't using the app, they still have the number of the test, their specific test number. So perhaps the head office or NHS or whoever it is who's in charge of those numbers will actually put the numbers into the app, because obviously some people can't. They might be ill. They might be incredibly ill. So therefore, that number can be uploaded to the app, and that can then inform people if there's a positive result in their area. I just think it's ideal. I think it's such a good idea, so clever. Yes, so today it says that it's a medium risk. So that sort of makes me think maybe there's some positive results in my area. So it's interesting, isn't it? The technology has helped improve our lives and reduce our worries. Yes, I agree. And let's hope for a vaccine to come really soon. Well, before the vaccine, what we still need to keep safe. We still need to wear our masks when we go out. If we're going to the shops or out for food or drinks, we need to wear our masks. But also we need to follow the rule of 6. This means that there must be a maximum of 6 people all together. We still need to wash our hands because the virus hasn't stopped. Yes, I completely agree with you. And as the positive test result numbers are going up and up, luckily there's no second wave in the death toll, we must again really be thinking about looking after ourselves, looking after each other, checking on our neighbours, making sure that they're okay if they need anything. I think that's really important. I also think that young people might be a bit of a risk. I know that with my daughter, she felt quite comfortable going out and meeting friends. But now that we have proof that younger people can still get the virus, we have the proof of that. I think we need to be a little bit more on top of it as parents, and we have to think about their grandparents, their family's health as well. You know, it might be that they've got the virus, but what happens if they pass it on to an older person? because older people can also get the positive result. I completely agree. My son had an operation on Tuesday, and I still don't feel quite comfortable because he's still quite tired. He's not 100%, so I've not sent him to school because I feel, as he is already quite weak, it's not a good idea to send him to a place where there's lots of people. Yes, I agree. You have to keep safe. You have to look after yourself. It's important for everyone. Oh, this has been a really lovely chat, Key, and it's given me lots of information about the Track and Trace app, so thank you very much. I will see you soon. Yes, all have a lovely weekend. Thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.